What's up, guys? It's the antisocial motherfucker herself, Sherelle, coming here with my first episode of my new series on YouTube called What's the Word? I know a lot of y'all probably wondering, like, what is that? What does that mean? I'm just being a gossiper, but I'm being a gossiper in my own very reluctant way and in a way that will not allow me or end me up in a courtroom again because y'all already know how that went the first time. But yeah. So, this episode or this series, I want to do it a little bit differently because, like, yeah, a lot of people go and they get the news and they report it, but they don't record or report like the responses. They don't record how people feel or, because people in the comment sections be making valid ass points, but if they hold no statute in the social media world or, celebrities, they love to look over people, then they are definitely not going to be mentioned. See, me, I want to dig around after I see what's popping, and I want to be able to say, man, homeboy from 13th Street in Chicago said Cole fucked up in the head and he knew better. And if anybody had to come through and popped his little sister across the neck while he was running through, he would have been mad and ready to set the whole world on fire. You know what I'm saying? That's a valid point. Because there's a lot of people that feel like that. Like, ain't no fucking way I'm gonna sit here and why she gonna do that to my little sister and I not like feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? So I want to take a different narrative and a lot of things, but we gonna see how it goes. And of course, y'all can always leave your comments, your topics, or whatever it is that you could possibly want me to discuss in the comment section below. And of course, I'm gonna try to get to all of them. If not all, then some, and we just gonna keep this thing rolling. So first thing that's up on my whole little what's the word is Neiman Marcus. You know, Neiman, he stated that he only wanted rich people. You know what I'm saying? He want rich people shopping at his stores, and the Twitter world is in a frantic right now. Why? The man is doing what we as individuals do on social media every day. We appeal to our audience. So if you in your house and doing $50 quick weaves and you run across somebody who says, I want a quick weave, but I only got $20, what are you going to say? If you can't afford the price, then you just can't afford it. My price, my word. And you're appealing to an audience who can't afford $50 quick weaves. She just can't. So she can't. So if Neiman is saying, hey, I only want rich people shopping at the store, when I see that, I don't look at it as, oh, he's saying my money not good enough because I'm not rich. No, from a logical standpoint, and what I'm thinking is he's saying if you're rich, then the fact that you're sending or spending money with me is not hurting you. And I want to think that all people are people and they're genuine in their understanding. So, in that same breath, I believe he's saying, I want to appeal to an audience that does not have to worry about whether or not they're going to have a roof over their head tomorrow because they want to come in my store and buy a $400 t shirt. That's what I feel. But we all have our own interpretations. We all feel whatever way it is that we feel about it. And who am I to tell you otherwise? Nobody. So, a lot of people was upset about the fact of him saying that. All I'm going to say on this, and I'm going to move on to my next topic, is if you're poor, you shouldn't be at Neiman Marcus. You know what I'm saying? This is a difference when like your tax time rolls around, you get your tax return, whatever the case is. If you're poor, like me, go to Walmart. Now, I do go to Neiman Marcus. I walk through it. Like when I go into the mall, like I'll walk through Neiman Marcus and go straight to the 799 store in the Galleria Mall here in Dallas. But I mean, tax time roll around, I might see way more y'all in Neiman Marcus than I absolutely need to. But before y'all attack this man for strictly stating that he wants to appeal to people who are on the level who can comfortably buy and spend money in that store, think about it. It makes perfect sense. That's just like if you had a price and you selling cars for $100,000 and somebody walk up to you with 20,000. Yeah, maybe I just need to target the audience that can afford it. But whatever. So next on the list is gonna be Chris Brown and Mother Freaking Face Blue. Now it's some beef going around. Chris Brown featured on a song with Chloe. Chloe Bailey, called How Does It Feel? Now he was receiving a lot of backlash because of a alleged domestic situation that he was in with his ex-girlfriend. Rihanna. But instead of Chris Brown taking it like a man on his chin, he decides that he want to drag another individual in their situation into his mess. Like, I don't get it. Then, hold on. He also stated, which I'll show y'all here in a little bit. He also stated that if y'all are going to crucify me, in layman's terms, y'all gonna crucify me for something that I did back in 2009. But Blueface is actively out here doing the same thing with his girl. Right? But this is what Blueface had to say.
Chris Breezy, beat the Yaki. What's happening, cuz? Look, check it out. I understand the frustration, fool. You know, for me being in the situation. I'm not even gonna trip on you because the message you trying to send is way off. I get it, you know, bitch hit me. It's funny, I hit her back. It's fuck Blueface, so I totally get it. That'd be the most irritating thing ever. But
And for the record, that's Krishan annoying ass. Like, I love her to death, but you binking on a glass in the background. But whatever, keep going, Blueface.
you gotta play the cards that you was dealt.
Play the cards you were dealt. You own up to what you did. Don't try to drag what me and my girl be going through into your mess. Don't try to take the blame and the direction and the crowd and fan magnitude of disappointment off of you and put it on me. That has nothing to do with me. Shit, we in the blogs enough. Why would you even mention us? But go off.
You on some, but they did it too. Why aren't you guys telling them anything? Type shit. And it's like, bro, life don't work like that, man. You know, if we all go do a crime together, we're not all gonna get the same time together. You hear me? You might get the most amount of time. We might not all say nothing, but we all went and did the crime, so we got to take the time. You hear me? You on some? You guys are gonna give me the most time, but they did it too. Like, judge, sentence. Yeah, like, we ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. You feel me? Like, handle your candle, deal with your situation how you deal with it. Only thing I disagree with is you posting all these random white people and me and the bitch and trying to like distract from your thing. You feel me? Like, you gotta stay.
Now, I don't know what the random white people are. Like, I was looking because even in the clip that I'm going to show where his mom sounded like a complete clown, she was talking about you're supposed to throw the white people under the bus, not us. Like, not us. And I know your mama. Girl, we going to get to that. Hold on.
Stand on it, kid. Like, if you beat the bitch up, shit, you beat the bitch up. Like, oh God, like.
And is that Krishan in the background laughing? Like, girl, you are actively dealing with this stuff on a daily basis, laughing at the fact that he's putting his hands on another woman or has put his hand on another woman. Like, sis, what is that?
Scared to like.
And look at this. Just listen to this.
Yeah, like I get it. You on some R&B. You don't want to be seen as R&B, but
did he just say R&B? Like, wait. He said R&B. I can't.
Oh God, you beat the Yaki, you gotta, hey.
Beat the Yaki.
I beat my bitch up, man. I ain't finna come on here and be like, well, Chris Brown did it 16 years ago, and you guys let him still like perform at the BET Awards, and I'm gonna sound like a square cat.
He gonna sound like a square, but I mean, we get it. We see the active abuse that's going on, but really, Blueface, like, I beat my bitch up. What?
That's what I'm gonna sound like. My last opinion is, cuz you beat up the wrong bitch. Yeah, you got a bad judge. Like, you feel me?
He said you beat up the wrong bitch. So if I'm going to like interpret what he said is like, you got a bad judge, then I got my judge. And instead of him beating up Rihanna's, he insinuating you should have beat up the judge.
No, I get the same judge, cuz God, I got a bitch, you feel me? She gonna fight back, so I'm gonna get less time, you hear me? You beat up yeah, you beat up the wrong bitch. You beat up the bitch that just performed at the Super Bowl, nigga.
All right. He said you beat up the bitch that performed at the Super Bowl. And he is talking about or Miss Rihanna. Y'all saw that performance. In my opinion, I thought she could have did better because I've seen better performances, but to be honest, I couldn't tell you 6 of the songs she was singing. Like I was just sitting there like this. Yeah, but anyway, so back to what I was saying. Chris Brown and this whole Blueface thing. Why Blueface mama? Why she jump into the mix? Now listen to what she had to say.
Lot. Chris Brown should have kept it to them white folks.
Chris Brown should have kept it to the white folks. Can somebody please drop in the comment section what she talking about with these white folks? Because I have no idea.
Okay, you done threw the color folks under the bus, boy. What you doing over there, huh? Do you need the mama to talk to you?
No, you need to go talk to your son. You too busy trying to be your son's girlfriend instead of his mama, and that's why it's so much trouble in paradise. But since you want to be Chris Brown's mom and serve him a set of words on a silver platter, go off, sis.
You don't throw us under the bus. You throw them other folk under the bus. You was doing good when you had them other folk under the bus. Now go.
So because he was not talking about you, your son, or any other colored folks, you think highly of him. But because he decided to step onto the other side of the fence for 5 seconds, now he's doing bad. Lord, leave Chris Brown alone. He doing what everybody else does. Do you know how many times a woman in a relationship will say, hey, you hurt me because you went and did such and such. And you know what that man gonna say out of quote unquote defense? Well, if you hadn't liked this nigga picture, if you hadn't did this or did that, I wouldn't. Always shifting the blame rather than taking accountability and saying, you know what? I did it. I apologize. But how many times is y'all gonna hold it over my head? Which he later did say in the most disgusting way. But let's listen.
Go ahead and rewrite that. Come on now. I know your mama told you you don't be putting us under that bus.
Your son don't even like you like that, and you really on here defending him. But it's your child. I understand in a sense. But there was no response that I saw of Blueface saying like, thanks, Mom. I appreciate you for defending me up against Chris Brown. Yet it's still she goes on to say this shit.
And another thing, Chris Brown. Blueface used to pretend to be you as a child, okay?
And you thought putting that clause in there was going to do what? Why? It just makes you sound simpish, him sound simpish. Like, oh yeah, my son used to be Chris Brown all the time before he became Blueface. What?
Was Chris Brown all the way up until he became Blueface. So technically, you set a poor example for my son, is what you did.
You set a poor
because maybe he just might be following behind you.
First off, listen. How old is Blueface? 21, 22? I'm 25. All right, so 2009, back from 2023, so that was 14 years ago. 14, 21, 7 years old. I'm 100% sure at 7, he was not sitting there studying Chris Brown. And I'm 100% sure it didn't run across his mind that, oh my God, Chris Brown beat on Rihanna. So let me sit here and soak up everything that he did because I want to be just like him. No, take accountability in what you did in raising your son and own up to the fact that he probably witnessed a lot of the domestic situations or whatever altercations going on in your household. And he probably grew up thinking, this may actually be something that is okay to be doing. Because if you sat there and you let a man beat on you, and he was witnessing it and you never left, you just kept doing it over and over and over again. Maybe he picked it up and was like, if my mom dealt with it, then any woman that I put my hands on can deal with it too. Don't blame Chris Brown for your failure at being a parent. Like, I don't get it. But speaking of Blueface and Chrisean, y'all heard about the whole situation where she was quote unquote pregnant and then she turned around and started deadlifting weights. She was smoking and she was drinking and all that other stuff. She posted on her Instagram and was like, guess how many heartbeats? Now, I hope she didn't think because you took 3 pregnancy tests that it was going to be 3 heartbeats. That would just be wild, wouldn't it? But then her mother-in-law, well, I can't even call her mother-in-law, Blueface's mom goes on to say absolutely not pregnant. That man would love with what his something for allowing such an would lose his license for allowing such. And that stems from that video of her deadlifting like 300 pounds. Crazy. Then, of course, you know, Krishan did allow or let Blueface know, like, hey, boom, I had a miscarriage, da 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 da. And Blueface goes on to threaten to release the videos or the picture of her sending a quote unquote dead fetus out. Like, dude, you are sick. Like, you sick as hell. Then, of course, you know, the articles and everything came out about the miscarriage and all, but people were having their own speculations of her out smoking. You deadlifting 300. Y'all saw the little video of Blueface. He looked like he was finna damn combust when he was trying to lift it up. Like, I never really understood. And then, of course, y'all know I had to grab a couple of the tweets. Kamika said Blueface needs to grow the fuck up. For any man to do this immature shit is ridiculous. He has no problems trying to front you in front of the world. Love does not hurt, sweetheart. Be careful, Krishan. Is he trying to make you have a miscarriage? And then boom, miscarriage happens. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe it was a stunt for publicity because, you know, she is, like, in a sense, she loves the dude. And I ain't never been the attention-seeking type. Trust me, I've been asked several times, are you pregnant? Who? Baby, if I was, the only way you would be finding out is if I did not have the money to go and get them snipped, clipped, and dipped. You know what I'm saying? And then I had already told everybody else, shit, if I ever get wrapped up with another baby and I don't got a ring on my finger, catch me swinging from the ceiling fan. I wanna swing from a chandelier, because we definitely not playing those games. And then Takisa Sims, it seems Takisa says Blueface is dedicated to being an ass after knowing how many miscarriages she's had with his children. He goes out of his way to deny paternity and degrade her further by saying she slept with more than 10 men. She has given him more time than he deserves. Hashtag Blueface. And in my opinion, you know, I spent 5 years in a situation where a man was tossing me through TVs, punching me in my bed, slapping me across the mouth. The man knocked tooths out. Like, thank God. Got these veneers. Like, when I tell you I stayed 5 years through a situation like that. So in a sense, I can understand, like, this is the only man who showed me what she thinks or feels is love. So she hanging on to it. But baby, listen. A nigga never get a chance to try it again. Never get the chance to try it again. But we'll talk a little bit more about Blueface and The Rock a little later. But I got a question. Where the baby been? Where has the baby been? Now I know he was at the little festival or whatever, right? He was at the festival and he's made a comment stating that if you ain't show up today with HIV or AIDS or whatever, put your cell phone lights in the air. Like, what? What? Like, Cub was saying some crazy stuff. And then he hopped on Hot 97 and he was just like, I'm grateful that Hot 97 gave me an opportunity. Like, they put their neck out on a limb to allow him to perform. And then, you know, this was the original reason that he was canceled, but then he goes on to try and clarify or clear up whatever it was that he said, because, in my opinion, made it worse. But listen.
Regardless of what you was talking about, how the internet and twisted up my word.
We didn't twist your words. You said what you said. Now, you can't put something out there and then expect us to listen to you tell us how to interpret it? Like, that don't even make sense. But go off, big bro.
Yeah, all my fans at the show, the gay ones and the straight ones, we turned.
Bro, why do you have to say that? All my fans at the show, the gay ones and the straight ones. Like, bro, all my fans was good enough. If anything, you pouring salt on an open wound. But yeah.
Up. I'm talking about my boy that was at the front of the stage, left over there by where I jumped at. Ask him. He got clips all on it. The whole night was recording. We were turned the whole night. My boy had the crop top on, front row. Yeah, out there in that jungle, in that water. Yeah.
It was not a jungle. It was definitely just a concert, the baby. But yeah.
He out there. He's standing on the rail, got them cutting up. He know words. I saw him. I'm rapping them with him. Yeah. The hell y'all talking about? Y'all shut the up. You that ain't at the show. The show is for paid.
The show is for paid people. Yeah. And the fact that people sit there and stream your music on Pandora, Apple Music, watch you on YouTube, just because they didn't show up to a concert, like, bro, that's very inconsiderate of you to say. Like, they still spend their money. Apple Music every month is not cheap, sis. Since you're so worried about gay people, I see why you canceled it and ain't came back up. Yeah, they still circulating you through the radio stations and everything, but we ain't seen you posting no concerts. We ain't seen you doing nothing, sir. Like, and then the way you did your baby mama, that was, man, fucked up. And I think that's probably why I have some of the world's biggest trust issues as well, because the way he was doing his baby mama, I've experienced that before. Like, you loving on her, you catering to her, you making her feel like she the only girl in the world. And then when it come out to the public, oh no, we wasn't doing this. That wasn't that. Oh, she was thinking too hard. She delusional. She crazy. No, she wasn't. That was what you was doing with her. And now that it's out in the public and you can't hold up that image of you and her were actually doing whatever it was that you were doing. You and her actually loved each other. She was probably holding you down, doing everything that you required of her to do. But the moment it gets into the public eye and you can no longer hold on to the facade of being single, like, and I'm not even putting it in a relationship, like, you cohabitating with a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And now you don't have that image out there of I'm single. Now you want to make it seem like she's delusional or something. Oh, Jesus.
Paid the money and took the time out of their life to come enjoy the show. Not you just watching it on the internet at the crib. No, get your tickets and come. The live show killer, gay or straight.
He killing me with this gay or straight, but here go his second video.
You don't got AIDS, put a cell phone light up.
And that's what got you canceled. You gonna say it again.
I said, if you ain't in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights up.
And then you insinuating that people who came to your show, maybe not. Never mind.
So I could drop my next song. I wasn't going on no rant. That's called a call to action.
Well, I mean, he got a little bit of business. He understands it. The man said that's called a call to action. I get it. I have call to action buttons on all of my stuff as well. When people say like, share, and subscribe, that's a call to action. But there's a way to go about everything. You gonna sit there and literally like categorize people at your show who came and spent all that money that they spent with you? Like, bro, that's probably why they canceled you. Like, you ain't even had to say, you ain't show with AIDS today, You know how many people probably was out there offended because you said that? Like, I don't get it, y'all, man. Y'all celebrities, y'all favorite celebrities be out here really just be trying some shit. Like, at this point, I feel like because you got so much money, you feel like you can just do and say whatever you want to say, and people still gonna eat your shit up No. But listen, man, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about the whole Blueface and Chris Brown situation? Do you feel like he should have just took that shit on his chin like a man and just let it ride? Or do you feel like, you know, he had a valid point in what he was saying? You know what I'm saying? And the mama, like, I don't know what to even think about her. I just feel like she just want to stay relevant at a point. You know, her son gave her 50 seconds of fame in his episode or in the little series that they got on Zeus. And she just still trying to stay in the limelight. Like, sis, it's time to sit down. Just sit down. So I don't know what y'all think about what we talked about today. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'm gonna do my best, to address some of them on the next episode. But this was What's the Word, and we gonna see you guys next week. Bye-bye.